So the Air Max 270 has been out for over 7 months now, and there's some things that people love about these shoes. There's definitely some things that people don't like, but I wanted to give you guys a follow-up video and talk about the Air Max 270 after the hype. What is going on, guys? Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. Today's video, I want to focus on this pair of sneakers right here, and this is the Air Max 270, which definitely had a lot of buzz earlier in the year. 6-7 months ago, this was the talk of the town. It seemed like the first couple colorways sold out, but it seems that the hype has definitely died down on the Air Max 270 since then. So what do you guys think about this model? Leave some comments in the comment section on if you've tried this shoe out, things that you like about the shoe, or things that you dislike. So I actually reached out to you guys on Twitter already, and a lot of people suggested things that they liked and disliked. So I wanted to cover some of those things first before we get into the video. Jep Rocks says, I like them because they're breathable. What I don't like is having a wide foot and it feeling tight. When he takes them off, he actually feels more comfortable. That is an interesting point, and it's something that I mentioned originally. This section right here definitely gets a little bit snug, and that's why I wish these had a detached tongue, because this is just a little bit too snug, unfortunately, for wider feet. Fatboy NYC said, I have wide feet and have the same complaint. The toe box area is especially tight because it feels like a strap is going across the top of your foot. I will say if you have the Flyknit version, you don't notice that as much. Urban GT 1990 says that his pros are that they are super comfy and super stylish. But the cons, he said, maybe it's just me, but the heels constantly touch each other. Don't have this problem with other shoes. This is a good point because these bubbles are so big, they kind of are clunky and they get in their own little way. So interesting point. I'm glad he called that out. I don't know how to say this person's name, but they say that they're really comfortable and they're practical. The only thing that they don't like are the creases in the foam in the front. So this section right here gets some creases. But if you don't like creases on foam, then I don't know what to tell you. Nike is not the product for you because React has mega creases as well as the 4%, which is the flagship Zoom X material. Brandon Boy 07 says, honestly, they're quite comfortable, lots of cushioning and such, but sometimes I feel like they develop calluses or blisters on the inside of my heel. Inside of my heel, which is like this section right here, I don't know why. It's a little bit tough right here on this side, maybe where the counter is. So maybe he has just too wide of a foot because this part right here is a little bit tough. I don't know, that's interesting though. I didn't have that problem. Starling No says, love walking them. Driving with them is a little bit strange and it feels kind of like a Vapor Max, and the bubble gets in the way. Apart from that though, nothing but love for these shoes. Alex Tapia 14 says that they want more colors and customization options. Couldn't agree more. More color options would be a plus. They do have them on Nike ID and they do have some interesting prints, but ultimately it would be nice to have some better options. But to be fair, they do have a ton of different options out there. Lots and lots of different pairs have hit the market. Zeke Riser 90 says, I like the look, I like the upper. I don't have wide feet, but they're snug when I put them on. And because of the size of the airbag, I feel like I have high heels on, something that makes my toes a bit cramped in the front. So the overall fit of these for a lifestyle shoe do not sound like they're very comfortable for some people, which is a reality, unfortunately. Another comment, very comfortable but not wide foot friendly. Steve GTG says they bought 2 pairs and then sold both once he got some X14s and some Pegasus Turbos. It's a good design, but they aren't as comfortable, and they were never going to crack into the rotation with all of their Boost and React shoes that they own. And that's a really valid point, and something that I want to talk about in this review is just the sheer fact that Nike has their own mega competition between their Air line and then their Nike React, and then also with the Zoom X line. There's just so much competition out there with cushioning that Air Max is a little bit dated. So I wanted to throw that out there. And Netsfan 900 says, honestly, they look pretty boring. I like the big air cushion, but I feel like more could have been done than just having the foam outsole half. Average mesh lining really bores me, and no, Nike could do better. I mean, that's fair and honest feedback. So as you can see, after the hype of the shoe, a lot of people have tried these on. Some people really like them, but the number one complaint was the overall fit and comfort of the shoe. And when you have a lifestyle shoe based in lifestyle, it kind of sucks to hear that the comfort is an issue. I think that Air unit is kind of a cool thing because it is so big and massive. But again, I do feel like Nike Air is a little bit dated. There is a nostalgia factor for those people that love Nike Air, and even people that love like the Vapor Max. The Air unit on the 270 is even bigger. So if you like this, you might like this as well. The downside to the 270 is the front cushioning, again, is not any proprietary foam, which is interesting because Nike has Lunarlon, Nike has React, Nike has Zoom X. It just seems really odd, or Nike has Free. Like, it seems really odd that they didn't try to use any of that in this section of the shoe. This would have been a great opportunity for them to hybrid the two technologies with Nike Air and Nike React. Not sure why they didn't do that, but that's what happened. I think that if they make a version 2 of these shoes, they absolutely need to use Nike React in the front section of the shoe paired with the Nike Air. It's kind of modern technology meets nostalgia, and I think that that would be a great pairing. Also, I don't love the fact that they have the attached tongue. I love what they did with the VaporMax. Although it is attached, it's just stretchy, which is a really big plus. And then it's also like a half tongue. So it's attached to this point right here, and then it's detached to the top. So it looks like it has more aesthetic value, and it just looks cooler on feet. This is just a lot more snug in this area right here, which makes it kind of a pain point. That being said, the Air Force 270s also fall into the same category because obviously they use the same air unit. It's not the same midsole because the midsole on the Force 270s is much, much thicker, much harder rubber. And honestly, I love these shoes so much. This is a shoe that a lot of people just don't really like, but this is just one of my favorite shoes that Nike's released with the new model. I love the overall look and aesthetics of the shoe in general. They're not the most comfortable shoes in the world. They are a little bit snug in this section right down here, but I love this whole thing. If this had acronym, I think a lot of people would feel these shoes, but these ones are super slept on, and the price points of these, you can get these for under $100 now, I believe. I'll put some links in the description to hopefully find you guys some good deals on these shoes, but really dope shoe, very, very heavy duty. I would say go up a half a size. I should have got a size 10 instead of a 9.5, and I would have been much happier, but all in all, I think this is just a dope looking shoe, even with that huge, massive Air unit. And I would prefer this one over the Air Max 270. I think that as for a lifestyle shoe, the hype of this one died down. Originally, it was really hyped up. It had some cool colorways, some cool packs that ended up dropping. And then they kind of went haywire and released way too many things. And some of them just were not very dope. I feel like this is just one of those models that if you had a Virgil Abloh version of these, an off-white version, people would go crazy over the 270s again. And I still feel like the comfort parts of the shoe are still an issue. But if it was an off-white collaboration, people don't necessarily care if they're comfortable. They just are really buying it for the name for the most part. But all in all, what do you guys think about the Air Max 270s now that they've been out for like 7 months? Is it a pair that you guys love or hate? Leave a comment in the comment section. I think a lot of people's tweets were very, very valid. They do have a Flyknit version, but it's just not that much of a change of this one. I did a review and a comparison between the two for those that missed that video. But all in all, it's like a decent shoe. I love what they're trying to do with the shoe. And even though I don't think that the Air unit is really relevant in this day and age, especially when you have React material and stuff that's actually comfortable, this is more gimmicky than anything. So if you're a diehard Nike Air fan, these are still dope. And I believe they have the Air Max 720s that are going to be coming out later in the year. And even though I think that Nike Air is a bit played out, like it's still something that I'll end up buying just because for me personally, I'm still just a fan of the technology. Even though it's not functional and it might not actually be comfortable, it still looks cool to me and it's something that's fun to be able to try out, especially when they have new versions of the shoes. But that's kind of my critique of the shoe. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are interested in buying some 270s, go ahead and do so in the description. If you guys wanted a full detailed review of these, I already did a couple of them. I will try to link some of those in the description as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and that is my follow-up on this shoe. If you guys have some other follow-ups on other sneakers that you guys would like to see after the hype, leave some comments. Let me know, because it's definitely something I plan on doing more of. And it's fun to be able to do a retrospective of a pair of sneakers that ended up dropping and kind of talking about them after all the dust settles. So hopefully you guys like this type of a series. If you guys are new to the channel, you can hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, and we'll catch you guys for some more videos very soon. Peace, guys.